attorney, umpisahan natin ang katanungan. Kumusta po yung performance ng ating school, ng UNEP? Dito nga po sa katatapos pa lang na 2025 bar examination, Dean Pichi.
Okay, maganda yung showing namin, no, sa history ng UNEP. Pangalawa ito sa pinakamarami, no, kasi alam mo maliit lang naman kami na law school, no. Ang mga graduates namin hindi na dumadami pa sa 20 graduates per school year. So this year po 8 ang pumasa sa amin, 8, no, out of 43, no. Sa amin 18%, no, 18% 'yon. Pero 18% lang 'yon kasi 43 yung nag-take, no. Pero sa first time parang nasa 50% po kami sa first time takers. 'Yan.
Alright.
Kaya
Ito malaman ko,
medyo
attorney,
okay.
malaman namin, attorney, ano-ano ba yung ating mga ginagawang preparation, mga
Okay.
paghahanda, para talagang masiguro natin na makakapasa po lahat ng atin pong mga student na dito po sa bar exam, Dean Pichi.
Okay. So ang preparation for the bar exam, nagsisimula talaga 'yan the minute na na-admit ang estudyante, no? Pero yung talagang support na directed towards the bar exams, I could say nagsisimula 'yan third year, no? Third year College of Law, dahil pinapa-participate na sa bar operations. Okay? So ang law council namin ay ang masasabi kong isa sa pinakamalaking poste ng aming bar operations. Sila ang nag-organize, nagtatrabaho ng bar operations namin. So that's for the third year now. Pag fourth year naman syempre we have dialogues with them, and then kung ano yung kailangan nila, pino-provide namin, no? Pino-provide namin yun in terms of bringing in lecturers, no? So meron kaming tinatawag naming Siriaco, Honorable Siriaco or Alfelor bar lectures, no, na parang nag-invite kami ng mga lecturers from Manila para bago pa sila mag-review, kilala na nila yung lecturer, meron ng insight na binibigay sa kanila. And we help them prepare, no, of course by providing materials, no, and also during the bar review, continuous yon yung aming mga lectures, no, and also during the bar exam itself, siyempre nandun ang buong UNEP community para i-support sila, and we provide them bar kits, no, siyempre to ease their anxieties, no. And also sa tulong din talaga ng law council, nakaka-provide kami ng financial assistance para makatulong sa kanilang, at the very least makover namin yung kanilang accommodation, no? Kasi most of them, kahit taga Bicol na sila, since the exams are in Naga and it is in a span of about 2 weeks, they usually rent or they get accommodations here in Naga para hindi na sila travel ng travel.
Alright.
So yes,
Opo,
yes.
opo. Kung i-compare natin din yung result ng bar exam nung last year dito sa ngayon, kumusta po din? Ano-ano yung mga improvements, Dean Pichi?
Nag-improve, malaki yung improvement kasi last time parang 12% lang kami, no? 12% lang kami. Ngayon nag-18% kami. So every batch pataas naman yung trajectory, no? Every batch pataas naman yung trajectory. So very hopeful naman ako and very glad sa results namin.
Opo, eto malaman namin din, gaano ba karami yung nag-aaral ng law dito po sa ating law school? And gaano karami
Okay.
din yung mga nagte-take ng bar exam, Dean?
Okay. So ang law school namin, napakaliit lang. Siguro mga 100 at the most, mga 120 students lang kami. We are very small college. No, the average per class is about 30, no? Pero yung kasi nagte-taper down yan. Magsisimula yung first year, minsan up to 60, no? Pero second sem pa lang, marami nang hindi tumutuloy, no? On their own, no? Tapos second year, pakunti-kunti na nasasala yan. Hanggang pag fourth year, konti na lang sila. Ay, this year parang 16 lang ang aming ay hindi naman, parang mga 23 yata. 23 ang graduating ko ng this school. So, konti lang sila. And then not all of them decide to take the bar. Kasi some of them most of my students are working, no? 98% are working. So, yung iba, talagang gusto lang nilang matuto, pagka-graduate nila, hindi na sila magbabar. Pang promote lang sa trabaho. Yung iba naman, talagang gusto nilang maging abogado, so magte-take sila ng bar. So not all the 23 will take the bar. And that's a reality. Lahat naman ng law schools contends with that. Pero ang default talaga is that you are expected to take the bar afterwards. So we are very small college with only small cohorts per batch. Yan.
Alright. Ito attorney, ito Dean and attorney. Bilang
So
Dean po
that's
ng
it,
College
yeah.
of Law dito sa sa UNEP o sa
Opo.
University of Northeastern Philippines, paano kayo din mag-manage ng mga estudyante natin sa law school? Paano natin sila ine-educate, tine-train? Tayo ba ay stricto, maluwang? Kumusta po, Dean Pichi?
Syempre, yes. Okay. So, the treatment that I do, no, for my law students, no, aside from the traditional, syempre, may mga faculty ka, you make sure that your faculty are really competent, no, and they really have the heart to ensure that your students learn, no. My management style has always been like a mother, no. Dapat mahal mo yung mga estudyante mo, no? Hindi siya, masasabi kong stricto din kami, no? Stricto din sa UNEP. Maraming nambabagsak na professor dyan. May mga terror teachers din kami. But, the faculty are aware, no? And the college is aware that most of our students are working. So, they do not really have the luxury of time to read or para hindi katulad ng mga full-time students, no, na talagang meron silang oras para mag-aral. So, itong mga estudyante namin, sila ay mga pulis, mga teachers, mga government employees na may mga admin work na kailangang isubmit. Alam mo ba yun? May mga pulis kami na magme-message, ma'am, absent po ako kasi may operations kami, may kukunin kaming fugitive, di ba? May uhuli na fugitive. So, there is a certain compassion and understanding that you have to apply. And we fix our methodologies, no? Inaayos namin ang methodologies namin para ma-accommodate yung katotohanan na yon, yung reality na yon, no? It doesn't put down the standard. The standard is still the same. It's just that the methodologies are tweaked so that it will be very appropriate to their realities, no? So, like for example, our classes are generally held during Saturdays and Sundays. No, kaya sinasabi ko talaga sa mga first year students ko that be prepared to lose your weekends. Wala nang weekend, no? That's why hindi ko din ginagamit yung summers, no? Para yung summer, that's also the time for them to rest, no? Except for those who are in second year and third year, no, na kailangan nilang mag-CLEP. But CLEP, very, very, very flexible ang time ng CLEP, no? Yung clinical legal education program namin. So, very flexible naman yun. Yan. Okay, so that's it. So, generally yun ang pagkakaiba ng UNEP, no? At ang management style namin and how we take care of our students.
Alright, opo. Eto nga, Dean Pichi, yamang nasabi nyo na rin kanina, Dean, na tayo po ay tawag nito, small lang po na law school. Pero ito malaman namin, Dean, ano-ano ba yung siguro mga achievement ng ating law school pagdating po sa larangang ito, Dean Pichi?
Pagdating po sa larangan ng mga achievements with regards to
abogasya,
hello? Yeah.
Dean.
Ay, syempre, marami na po kaming graduates na judges, no? Prosecutors, meron kaming general, no, na nag-graduate na naging abogado, no? Si General Cornelius, no? And we are very proud of that, no? So, we are a very humble law school, but we have very high achieving graduates. And that is something that I'm very proud of, no? Minsan nga when I do my when I go around, when I travel, minsan magpapakilala sa akin na Dean, estudyante mo po ako. Yun. Tapos some of them are in different fields, no? Some are business people, no? So really I think UNEP Law has done a lot of contribution to the legal profession here in Kamsur. Kasi nung panahon na nag-open kami in 1978, we are the third law school. No, the second I think. No, kasi nung panahon na yon, I think it was only UNC who had a law school. I'm not sure about Bicol College when it started. Pero ang mga pioneers sa law school, UNC, University of Nueva Cáceres, and UNEP. No? UNEP is 1978. So kami ang nauna dito sa Bicol. So marami na din kaming mga graduates na really went on to achieve great things, no? Ang aming first passer, no, ng 1984, si Attorney Leo Arnel M. Kaayaw, no? Siya ay laging IBP chapter president ng IBP Kamsur. At ngayon ay isa ng lecturer ng SIPRA, no, yung aming yung SIPRA namin na yung ethics, yung sa ethics namin, he does lectures all around the country. And I'm very proud of that, no, that he has become a legal luminary, no, in that is from UNEP. So yun.
Alright. So ito, Dean, mga remaining questions na lang po, ano? So, ano po din yung ating mga maisasabi or mapapayo doon naman din sa mga hindi pinalad na makapasa nga po dito sa bar exam. Hindi lang po sa school natin, kundi sa lahat ng mga hindi po pinalad. Ano siguro yung maia-advise natin sa kanila?
Well, unang-una, magpahinga. Unang-una yon, no? Magpahinga muna. Hanggang kailan sila lang nakakaalam. Pero importante yung pahinga kasi sigurado ko they're dealing with a lot. Pagod sila emotionally, mentally. The bar is not an easy endeavor. And mahirap talaga to pick up the pieces again, no? So grieve, no? Pangalawa, grieve, just let yourself heal, no? Kasi masakit 'yun eh. Masakit ang mag-fail sa bar, sakit yon. You grieve. So, and it's okay, you need to heal, no? And then discern. Mag-isipan mabuti. Later on na yan, siguro mga maybe after 3 months, ano, pag medyo wala na yung ano, pag-isipan mong mabuti. Are you still going to pursue this endeavor or stop na? Okay. Bakit kailangan pag-isipan? Kasi you need inner motivation. Ang bar or ang pagiging abogado, dapat ikaw mismo gusto mong maging abogado. Hindi pangarap ng tatay mo, pangarap ng lolo mo. Maganda yon, no? Magandang simula. Magandang simula yon na pangarap ng pamilya mo. Pero kailangan ikaw mismo gusto mong maging abogado. Kasi pag napagod ka, tatamarin ka kasi hindi mo naman pangarap. Pero kung pangarap mo siya, inako mo yung pangarap na yun ng pamilya mo, you will be more motivated. So, kailangan mag-discern ka. Kasi, maraming factors. Gagastos ka ulit, no? Gagastos ka ulit. Kailangan mo ulit mag-leave kung nagtatrabaho ka. So, you have to really discern, no? Magte-take pa ba ako o hindi, no? Pang-apat, magplano. Kung gusto mo nang mag-take, magplano ka. Yan. Planuhin mong mabuti, no? Kung ano yung hindi mo nagawa dati, kung saan ka nag-fail, no? Kung saan mahina, where your weaknesses are, you do something else this time. No? Kasi kung paulit-ulit mo lang ginagawa yung dati mo nang ginagawa, hindi mag-fail at mag-fail ka. So, syempre, you assess saan ka nagkulang. 'Di ba? Saan ka nagkulang para maplano mo ng maigi. Alam mo, may grades yun eh. May grade ang kada subject. May grade ang kada subject. Pagbigay sa'yo ngayon kasi iba na eh. Nung panahon ko sulat, physical letter. Ngayon makikita na nila sa app. May app na sila, Barista app. So doon sa app, makikita na nila yung grades. Makikita nila kung saan sila mahina. No? Yun. And also, isa na gusto ko din i-mention yung mahalaga yung physically fit ka. No? Kasi there is a physical element to the bar. Hindi lang yung review, pati mismo yung bar exam. No? If I may share, my husband took the bar in 2013. No? My husband took the bar in 2013. He was very prepared. Was very, very prepared. But he was physically drained. For some reason, ang pinakamasama pa, na-drain siya doon sa remedial law, which is the 20% rate. So talagang, he didn't perform very well. Kasi he took the bar in UP. So, mag-isa lang siya, ayaw naman niya he doesn't want me to be with him. So, kung ano lang madampot niya, maibaon niya, yun ang kanyang dala-dala. So, gutom siya, nag-e-exam siya, kulang ang energy. Diba? So, there's a physicality to it. So, prepare for the physical aspect of it. So, my husband took the bar again in 2025 and he, fortunately, pumasa na po siya this time. So, yun.
Alright, ayun. So ito, Dean, bago tayo matapos, siguro kung may nakalimutan ako din na itanong, meron kayong gustong idagdag, and meron kayong gustong pasalamatan sa success po natin, sige po din, ibigay ko ulit sa inyo ang linya.
Okay, so unang-una, siguro magbibigay na lang ako ng mga tips dun sa gustong mag-aral. Kasi usually gano'n yan. After the bar season, bar release, marami ang interesadong maging abogado. Marami ang nag-iisip maging abogado. Siguro, kung akong tatanungin, unang-una, tanungin mo yung sarili mo, pangarap mo ba? Kasi hindi madali ang mag-aral ng abogasiya. No? In my own experience, I started my law studies thinking I just needed something to do. Galing akong, I just graduated noon from UP. I went home to here in Bicol, and parang inisip ko lang akong ginagawa, parang mag-law kaya ako. Hindi ko siya pangarap. So when it started, talagang talagang akala ko parang lang, masteral lang yung, hindi siya parang masteral. I tell you, from day one, recitation kaagad. No? So it's difficult. It's not an easy thing to do. But if you decide, kailangan you see it through the end. Pag nagsimula ka, tapusin mo. Kasi sayang magagastos ka. Sayang yung mahal din ang mag-law school. Ang libro, from 2,500 pesos to 5,000 pesos or more. Ganon kamahal ang libro ng law student. No? So, that's why, kailangan pag-isipan mong mabuti. Dahil magsasayang ka ng pera kung at oras. No? And number 2, dapat magaling ka magbasa. No? Or mahilig ka magbasa. Kung hindi ka mahilig magbasa, dapat matuto ka na ngayon magbasa. Or matuto magbasa. Dapat you need to have a fondness to read. No, you need to have that fondness. No, and again, I mentioned physically fit. Your document should be in order. No, kailangan yung birth certificate mo maayos, walang misspelled whatever. No, yung mga spelling dyan. Minsan, yun ang nagiging problema ng ibang estudyante na mag-take na ng bar. They realize na yung mga dokumento pala nila may problema. And it's also important to be humble, no? Develop an open and accepting mind. Always realize that you do not know anything. And going into law school, hindi ka dapat maging know-it-all. Kailangan maging sponge ka. Tanggap lang ng tanggap kung anong dapat matutunan. So, yun ang tips ko for those who want to take the bar. Now, I also, as before I end, I'd like to syempre pasalamatan lahat ng naging instrumento para maging maganda ang showing namin ngayong bar release, no? Ngayong bar exam release. Yun sa 8, salamat sa inyong the UNEP Law 8. Yan. Salamat sa inyong dedikasyon sa inyong pag-aaral. At salamat sa pagpili sa UNEP bilang inyong paaralan, no? And also, nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng professors ko, no? We only have, I think, 11 or 13 professors, no? Maliit lang ang law school namin, pero lahat yan, magagaling. Meron akong mga judges, may prosecutors ako na talagang may practicing lawyers din, no? But all of them are very dedicated and they really love our students so much, no? They really, even those that are trailing behind, they really make an extra effort to ensure that they learn, no? So, I'm also grateful to the UNEP Law Council, no, for their dedication, no? Napaka maalaga nila, no? They were able to do a very good bar operations last September. So napakagaling naman ng aming support system, no? And of course to the entire UNEP community who continues to support the endeavors of the UNEP College of Law. So, and of course, salamat din sa Bombo Radyo Naga for interviewing me and wanting to know more about law school. Ayan. So sana marami marami ngayon ang mag-enroll sa law school. Kailangan natin ng maraming abogado, no? Maraming bakante sa gobyerno, maraming taong nangangailangan ng hustisya at ng representasyon, no? Ang pakiusap ko lang lalong-lalo na dun sa mga bagong pumasa, sana tandaan nyo na kayo ay mga public servants, no? Public servants in a way, no? Hindi man kayo government employees, pero ang sinisilbihan natin ay ang bayan at ang taong bayan, no? At ang the advocacy for justice and equality and fairness, no? So, yun. Sana sumunod sila sa konstitusyon, no? At hindi nila makalimutan ang mga values na itinuro sa kanila nasa law school pa. Yan. So, salamat, Bombo Radyo Naga.